Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now on this Tuesday. I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Matt Hummel. Happening now, a Dunkirk woman has been indicted for manslaughter. Details coming up.
Plus, a new restaurant will be in the former Friendly's building. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter is here with a look at our weather. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Justin and Matt, and happy Tuesday, everybody. And we're finally through Monday, which often can be a rough day of the week. But right now on radar, we only have just a few little speckles of light rain showing up in the Niagara frontier. But down here in the southern tier, we're dry so far, but there is the chance for a few scattered showers and storms through the afternoon. So the Storm Prediction Center does have much of the region under a less than average marginal risk. That's this darker green. That's a level 1 out of 5. And really, the overall threat is not excessively high, but again, just because the threat isn't high doesn't mean the threat is zero. So there is the chance for a couple gusty thunderstorms through the afternoon. The main threat is mainly going to be some gusty winds, and it's going to depend on where the storms pop up. Again, the rain will help clear some of this pollen down. Again, I keep telling you, I feel you if you're in that same boat. My allergies are terrible as well. So I feel you. Hour by hour, temperatures will actually rise into the lower 80s today, but it will feel much hotter than this because the dew point values are also up there once again as well. So pretty much 80s will take us through the day with a few scattered showers and storms, but the majority of the day will be dry. We'll talk about it with that full 7-day later on in the show. Justin and Matt.
All right, looking forward to it. Dakota, thank you. Our top story, a Chautauqua County grand jury has indicted 26-year-old Dunkirk woman Ashley-Ann Lopez on a charge of second-degree manslaughter. Chautauqua County District Attorney Patrick Swanson telling WNY News Now that she pled not guilty to the charge. In addition, Swanson says the bail was reduced from $500,000 to $150,000 cash or property. Dunkirk police allege that Lopez stabbed a 15-year-old girl to death in the afternoon of May 15th on Lincoln Avenue. She was originally charged with first-degree manslaughter. Swanson declined to comment on specifics when asked why the grand jury indicted on the lesser charge. The count's prosecutor, however, says his office doesn't determine the charge. Swanson says further hearings are scheduled to take place in September. He will represent the prosecution while Jason Smith will represent Lopez.
Dunkirk police are urging residents to lock their vehicles and be vigilant in the wake of investigating a couple of vehicle entries overnight. Police say they are investigating the break-ins that occurred in the areas of West 5th and 6th Street around Brigham Road and McKinley Avenue. The vehicles entered were unlocked. The police department is asking residents to be vigilant, and if they notice anything or anyone suspicious in their neighborhood, to call 911 or the police communications desk at 716-366-2266. Now, police say that the vehicles that were entered again were unlocked.
And New York could soon join 35 other states in requiring schools to teach sex abuse awareness. The bill would mandate age-appropriate lessons to help children understand the difference between inappropriate and appropriate touching and how to report abuse to a trusted adult. Lawmakers passed the bill, known as Aaron's Law, before adjourning last month. It was blocked for several years after critics say curriculum questions should be left to education officials. Businessman Gary Greenberg, a child sex abuse survivor, created a political action committee to push for the bill, which he says will empower and protect youth. Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo hasn't weighed in on the measure yet. The measure is named after an Illinois woman who has lobbied for law throughout the U.S. after being abused as a girl.
And a new restaurant at the former Friendly's location in Brooklyn Square is expected to open in August. City of Jamestown Director of Development and the restaurant's new owner, Vince DeJoy, told WNY News Now that Jimmy's Family Restaurant looks to employ former Friendly's staff and bring back the vibe that the restaurant left behind. DeJoy said the restaurant will be run by Friendly's former manager and operated by much of the former staff. He says the food will be similar to Friendly's menus, offering breakfast, lunch, dinner, and ice cream at fair prices.
And Jimmy's is a play on Jamestown. Jimmytown, as Jamestown has been fondly called by many people over the years. So it's a tribute to Jamestown, and it's a tribute to my two grandfathers who both went by the name Jim or Jimmy. For me, it has dual meaning. I love this city. I love this community. And so it's a play on Jimmytown and my two grandfathers.
Now, this is not DeJoy's first restaurant venture. He and his brother previously owned and operated Stage Left back in the 1990s. That's now Forte. DeJoy says the restaurant, Justin, is expected to open in the beginning of August, and he wants the community to know that the restaurant is funded from its personal finances and loans. The director of development has stressed that he has kept this business venture separate from his job with the city.
And, it's great news to see life coming back to that Friendly's. And, just kind of talking amongst the crew here this morning as we, we're learning a little bit more about this story and kind of the fate of that location. Father's Day wasn't really the same for us because Friendly's is such a great place for breakfast and for that ice cream snack as well. But, with it being closed, it seemed like the other restaurants were busier at least on that day.
Absolutely.
That's good for them, but for Jamestown, I mean, it's such a cool little location right there by the river, in Brooklyn Square, such a central place. So it's good to see life come back to it.
Absolutely.
So thanks to Vince, for DeJoy for doing that. And certainly, I do see where people maybe would be concerned, being the director of development, that, now he's going to own a business, but as you mentioned, he's keeping those ventures separate and, owning the restaurant, not operating it per se, but giving the former manager of Friendly's that ticket to operate it. And I can't wait to see what food they have.
I know August is going to be a very nice month
It
to
will
do
be.
that. I'm probably going to have to take a few trips down there myself.
Yeah, we'll have to go for a newsroom lunch.
I like
it's
that.
2 minutes away from here?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
pretty cool, nevertheless. Happy Tuesday to all of you. Thanks for tuning in, as always, and joining us. Saying hello to Butch. Hopefully you are doing well, sir. Good to see you on this broadcast. Brenda, hello to you. Joanna, good afternoon to you. Lori, good afternoon to you. Sue is here as well.
Smathers.
Smathers.
Victoria. Hello, Victoria. Alex.
Good to see all
think
of
we
you.
got everybody.
And Stacy and Pam are here too. So thanks so much for tuning in and hanging out with us on what some might call a shorter week. I mean, it is awfully today's Tuesday, but it's kind of like a Thursday.
Yeah,
it feels like it. And tomorrow is the last work day, hopefully for some.
But a few minutes ago, it felt like a Monday.
It did. So that darn teleprompter needs to be updated. I'm gonna blame it on the rain. Coming up, an FBI agent here in the city of Jamestown will now be working for SUNY Fredonia. Details in just a bit.
But for Senator Chuck Schumer, he's challenging some Medicare wage changes. Dakota.
And the high yesterday was 77 degrees. That's a bit below average, but that temperature is going to continue climbing throughout the week, and as well as that dreaded humidity. We'll talk about it next. WNY News Now continues in a minute, so don't go away.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
Now open in downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops, restaurant and tavern.
I have some real old-timey dishes on there that I'm just giving new life to. Like there's a shepherd's pie on there that's going to have some bison in it, real thick hearty gravy. Then I'm also doing beer flights. We're pairing it with a set of sliders, a set of tacos, and a set of mini rolls. So everything's going to have its own pair, so you can get a taste of a little bit of everything and all the beers. We don't want to be known as the restaurant in the hotel. We want to be known as Pearl City Hops.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
And happening now, claiming proposed changes to how Medicare reimbursement will reimburse hospitals will cost New York hospitals as much as $83 million. That's according to New York State Senator Chuck Schumer, who has sent a letter calling for the changes to be retooled. Schumer says the change is designed to consider cost of living factors so that hospitals in more expensive areas who pay their employees more would get higher reimbursement. However, Schumer urges rural hospitals in New York and says they will receive less money because New York is an expensive place to do business. The plan calls for hospitals in the highest cost of living areas to receive less money, and hospitals in poor areas would receive more funding. Schumer said this would cause New Yorkers to lose funding to poorer states with lower wages. The struggles faced by New York hospitals are no different from the struggles faced by countless of others across the nation, and they must not be allowed to suffer as a result of their zip code, Schumer said.
An FBI special agent here in Jamestown will be leaving the Bureau to become the next chief of police at the State University of New York at Fredonia. In an announcement yesterday, the university said that Brent Isaacson will begin the job next week. The special agent is retiring, or rather is succeeding Chief Ann Burns, who retired after 37 years at the university. Isaacson has been an FBI special agent since 1986, working in the FBI's Jamestown's office. He is responsible for leading all the FBI's work in the 3 western counties of the southern tier. University officials say that Isaacson is highly trained in preventing violence at universities and public schools, having performed threat assessments and developed threat mitigation plans for universities and public schools throughout the area. Now, a swearing-in ceremony is scheduled for July 8th at 11 a.m.
And the summer wind, which was damaged during storms earlier this year, will be out of commission for the bulk of its season. That's according to the craft's owners. The summer wind suffered more than $50,000 in damage during June's storms, according to office manager Lidge Kalbach. Now, Kalbach tells us that half of the upper deck from the captain's deck back was sheared off. You see it floating there. The radar system, electrical systems, and fire housing were also damaged in the storm. While she says there is no sign of business failing because of the layoff of the cruises, she says the company is anxious to be riding the waves again. In addition, she says that the summer wind has never been out of commission because of storm damage. Kalbach says that she hopes that the summer wind business can overcome this shutdown and that the vessel will be up and running by late July or early August.
And are you thinking of hitting the road for the 4th of July holiday? Well, you might want to get a head start to beat that traffic. A record-breaking number of Americans will be traveling this Independence Day, nearly 2 million more than last year. Karen Kafa has more on today's Consumer Watch.
Barbecues, fireworks, parades, and traffic. For Americans across the country, this 4th of July is likely to be filled with summer fun and potentially some headaches as a record-breaking number of Independence Day revelers get away for the holiday.
It's going to be busy. We are projecting that 49 million Americans will be traveling more than 50 miles away from home this year. That's about a 4% increase from what we saw in 2018.
According to AAA, a 10-cent decrease in gas prices over last year, coupled with a strong economy, are likely behind much of the increase.
We see unemployment is low. Americans have additional disposable income, so they're taking that additional money and putting it towards a trip with friends and family this year.
A record 41.4 million drivers are planning on road tripping this year, but all those extra cars on the road will likely lead to extra delays, as long as 4 times the average commute in larger metro areas.
Best bet if you want to avoid congestion, try to leave early in the morning, or if your schedule allows, try to actually leave on the day of the holiday.
And to avoid travel troubles on the road, have your car inspected before getting out the door. For Consumer Watch, I'm Karen Kafa.
Alrighty, Karen, thank you.
That's really good tips there, because I know a lot of people probably are, maybe going to try to get out of town, or they'll enjoy something locally. But just last night, I was talking with my girlfriend about this. Going to see like a fireworks display or something, it's really fun and awesome. But then it's like everybody's trying to get out at the same time. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And actually, that's just a few minutes ago, I received some messages from some people that I know that are traveling, and they're like, I got to get this stuff done. We got to go.
Right. You gotta get out now while you can anyway.
Yes.
But I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just the traffic's just part of it. And I've always thought like the journey is kind of part of the vacay if you're, road tripping or something like that, But at the same time, I do see where it becomes kind of a pain. And especially locally, we're so blessed. I mean, we joke in the newsroom sometimes that because we're in downtown Jamestown, we're 10 minutes away from everything in our vicinity, minus North County areas.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's easy for us to get in the car and go do a breaking story or something. But then you add in, say, holiday traffic where people are maybe seeing a parade or fireworks or something. Or even the Christmas parade is a great example of it. It's like madness. It's just, they don't know what to do.
It just comes,
Yeah. it just happens. It is what it is. But happy Tuesday to all of you. Happy pre-4th of July. Thanks for tuning in with all of us. Lori, hello to you. And she's muddling just like myself. I feel like I've been sick forever with these allergies and this humidity. So it certainly is rough, I can agree. Jacob, good afternoon to you. Thanks for tuning in here. Hello to Kyle, and Sue has joined us as well. And Alex is here. So hopefully you all are having a great day. Drop us a like, or shoot us a like, drop us a comment. Let us know what you're doing today. Are you traveling? Are you getting out for the holiday? Are you hanging out? Are you going to the fireworks, the parades? Let us know. Yeah, pretty cool. Are you doing anything?
I don't know yet.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go to a fireworks display or something, but I don't know. Maybe a parade. I don't know.
I like it.
It depends. It depends if I want to sit in that traffic. Coming up next, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. He's not in traffic right now. He's in the First Defense Weather Center with a look at our forecast in just a bit.
And later, the Jamestown Promise Fund recently held an athletic equipment drive. Well, the details as News Now continues.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Not tomorrow, but right now on the WNY News Now mobile app. Follow local news as it happens.
Top story: a Forestville man's weather video has gone viral.
And stay informed with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network.
Our Matt Hummel is standing by live outside of Chautauqua County Court with more on this case. Matt, good afternoon to you.
Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
And welcome back, and we'll kick off this weather segment with the Sky Vision Camera Network. This is a look over Salamanca from the, of course, from the casino. 78 degrees with a west wind of 4, but there's that nasty dew point of 68. And of course, when the dew point starts to rise closer to 70, that means it's very sticky, icky, and you can feel the humidity in the air as well. PGA Lecom Health Golf Challenge going on today at Peak and Peak. So here's the forecast for it if you're going out. Temperatures into the 80s. Now, there is a small chance of a rain shower or a thunderstorm through the afternoon. You know how these work. They pop up and fall apart throughout the afternoon. And this is all being fueled, of course, by the sunshine we have and, of course, the humidity in the air. So, again, not a total washout, but there may be, I think there may be at least a couple delays in the game with a passing rain shower. But all in all, not bad, and temperatures at least into the 80s. And speaking about it, here it is here. So, again, this is the comfort index, 79-degree dew point today. Look at Wednesday and Thursday. We spiked the humidity to oppressive levels. That's what we call the air you can wear. We stay there for Friday. We only back it down slightly for Saturday. So again, the remainder of this week really is going to be humid, so you'll feel it when you step outside. Here's the news now, Cam. A few clouds dotting the sky. It's kind of partly sunny out there right now, and the current temperature at the airport, 80. We're officially into the 80s right now with a west wind of 9. There's that 66-degree dew point, creates a heat index of 82 degrees, and of course, as the temperature warms, so will that heat index will also continue to rise as well. So this is the system that's actually going to be coming our way, that's actually going to be producing the scattered rain showers throughout the day today, and again, it's going to be scattered. It's not going to be anything widespread, but the Storm Prediction Center does have much of the region under a less than average marginal risk. That's a level 1 out of 5. And again, the overall severe threat is not very impressive, but within any of these storms, there could be the chance for some brief gusty winds. Now, here it is on Future Scan. Now, again, the radar is not going to look exactly like this. This is a computer simulation of what the atmosphere could look like. It's not going to look exactly like this, but again, I think this model does good with the overall placement. You can see kind of where the scattered showers and storms will be through the day. Those will continue throughout the night tonight, and they'll actually continue tomorrow. Almost the same deal tomorrow. Scattered showers and storms, even more humid tomorrow than it is today. Now, in terms of the 4th of July fireworks, we're still remaining hopeful we can clear the rain out in time, 75 to 80. That's at 9 o'clock at night. So very warm, very muggy, but we are hopeful that we can get those scattered showers out of the way early, and the fireworks will go off just planned. Zone by zone today, temperatures here into the Lake Erie shoreline, lower 80s here. A few scattered afternoon storms, but very sticky, icky when you add the dew point into effect. Eastward we go, temperatures here, maybe mid to upper 80s here in some spots, partly sunny, scattered storms, but also remaining muggy. Here comes the future, 83 tomorrow, 86 Thursday, and again, that's going to be very warm and muggy. We still remain muggy Friday through Saturday. We back the temperatures down a little bit Sunday and Monday, and it looks like right now, Monday, mainly dry. Sports is next. Don't go away.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Tuesday, sports fans, and welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. Happening right now, day 2 of the LECOM Health Challenge is in full swing. With Monday and Tuesday's part of the tournament being closed to the public, today is the DFT Communications Pro-Am on the upper course, which is for invited people only. With the practice round on Wednesday also being closed to the public, Thursday through Sunday will be an open invitation for anyone to attend. The LECOM Health Challenge is taking place at Peak and Peak Resort in Clymer, New York. With the first day of NHL free agency being on Monday, the Buffalo Sabres picked up 4 new faces. Buffalo agreed to 1-year, $700,000 contract deals with goaltender Andrew Hammond, forward Curtis Lazar, and defenseman John Gilmore. The Sabres also signed center Jean-Sebastien Day to a 2-year, $1.4 million contract. Buffalo is looking to improve from the 2018-2019 season, in which they finished in the bottom 3 of the Atlantic Division for the 6th consecutive year. Tonight, with a 7:10 first pitch, the New York Mets will be hosting the New York Yankees in a 2-game interleague series. Snapping their 7-game losing streak on Sunday, The Mets are second to last in the NL East at 38-47. Meanwhile, the Yanks are 54-28 on the season, good for first place in the AL East. Zach Wheeler will be on the starting mound for the Mets against James Paxton for the Yankees. The game will be televised on the Yes Network. That's it for sports today. Justin and Matt, back to you.
Alrighty, Norm, thank you very much. The Jamestown Promise Fund recently held an athletic equipment drive. The local community donated hundreds of balls, bats, athletic shoes, baseball mitts, helmets, ice skates, and other essential athletic equipment over the 3-week drive to benefit Jamestown students. JPS staff will distribute equipment to students who have expressed interest in a particular sport to help in team development and any other district athletic needs. The focus is to distribute at elementary and middle schools. And with this collection, the Jamestown Promise Fund is aiming to encourage playtime with the equipment and free play during the summer months in the parks and green spaces in Jamestown. JPS Promise Fund was founded in 2016 as a charitable non-endowment fund via the Chautauqua Region Community Foundation. Now, in addition to the recent athletic drive, the Jamestown Schools Promise to Fund has already helped create and fund a summer literacy program here in Jamestown.
That's pretty amazing to see the community come together and make such good donations.
Absolutely.
That really, sometimes when we donate, we think, all right, we donate money, it goes to paying someone to do good, but this is direct good.
Absolutely.
And it goes to these kids who maybe couldn't get a chance to do hockey, which is a very expensive sport, or football, or baseball, or soccer, or something like that. So they certainly, it certainly helps, and good to see, as always, a great amount of donations come pouring in. Dakota Hunter, none of you and I both weren't into sports too much, but Matt, did you ever? Did you do basketball? Is that what you did?
Yeah, middle school.
Middle school basketball? Yeah. I thought you did. I thought you did a little bit of b-ball.
Yeah. I wasn't very good, but...
I actually have a funny story about that, quite frankly.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to try out for the basketball team at Washington.
Yeah.
Back when I was, I want to say, around 7th grade or so. Now, I'm not a very good basketball player, but I just decided, hey, I wanted to try out, just why not? Yeah. But unfortunately, I had detention the day that the tryouts were. So
Dakota was a bad boy.
So I had to make a decision. Was it either go to detention, spend 45 minutes in there, or do I go to tryouts and risk getting an extended detention? So.
Wow. Well, I mean, you had to, I guess, evaluate your chances of making the team. Like, if you thought you could, then
I wouldn't have made the team anyway.
Oh, well,
so.
he
But I was on the golf team in high school.
Yeah,
so.
Dakota, I remember you saying that, and you got a hole-in-one, and there we go.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, I heard. I got a call about it.
Yeah, from who?
Adrian Wojciechowski.
And Norm played as well. Basketball through the 11th grade, so it makes sense, right? He's a sports guy.
Absolutely.
So, let's get a final check of our weather forecast here. A lot of people are looking towards those fireworks.
Yes. So we are still remaining hopeful we can clear the scattered showers out of the way before the evening hours. So about 75 to 80 degrees Thursday for the fireworks. That's warm and humid. Here it comes on the 7th. Again, this week is pretty much going to remain humid. So just get used to the sticky feeling because it's going to be here. We do back it down a little bit the second half of the weekend into early next week. But again, it's July. This is what July in Western New York is supposed to feel like.
Yeah, certainly is.
Oh, here comes the rants.
Certainly, it is hot. But hey, you know what? At least it's not snowing. It could always be warm.
Well, it is going to snow next week. So
I tell people all the time, it's like, if you're complaining about the heat and humidity, don't worry. I can wave my magic wand and I can make it snow just like that.
And please don't do that. To answer Smather's question, thanks so much for joining us and tuning in. This is new and noteworthy. So
we've got a couple of different times during the show.
Yeah, so we check the comments about 3 times, this being one of them, before the first break and then before the second break as well. So we encourage everyone to comment, tell us what you're thinking, interact, ask questions, things like that, and we will answer them for you throughout the broadcast and talk about all the stories that we have going on. And certainly this week, I think a lot of people are probably reflecting on half the year as we hit that midpoint, so it'll be good. It'll be good. So thank you
176 days until
for
Christmas.
tuning in. Yeah, I know. Before we know it, we'll be singing Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells.
Yep.
That's going to do it for us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. We leave you with a live look over Lakeside Park in Mayville. Absolutely beautiful out there today. Enjoy the day, stay hydrated, and we'll see you here tomorrow.